Hello. What the? It's got you giggling all of a sudden, Jesus. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome everybody to the Flopcast. I'm your host, the Chaos of Dragons. Joining me, as always, the controversial Catmaid. We have Damo.
So.
So what's got you giggling your ass off literally just as we fucking start?
I'm like, you know how I can have extra light on my face?
Oh,
Sims.
No. Oh, no. How can you make yourself even more pasty?
Duh. Like, out of all the Sims we have created, right?
Yeah.
Right? My Sim and your Sim are the palest of them all. Guess we're the pasty bastards.
And gentlemen, welcome to the Peter Robin Flopcast. I hope you guys... Oh, for fuck's sake, Alex.
Good master of shine.
Welcome. Hope you guys have had a very good weekend. Welcome to episode 23, The Past, the Future, and could I get any cuter? More reference to this little critter over here.
Yes, beautiful critter, beautiful.
Yes, the pizza dragon that was drawn and sent to me by the lovely Ivy, who you know very well from our voice acting madness.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a variety of things. Granted, some of the information I've picked up is mainly kind of stuff that I've seen from insiders, so it's not concrete, but it's kind of why it's called the past and the future. There's also we have like quite a few things to talk about, like Gears of War, Ubisoft, Pokemon Legends Arceus / Scarlet Moon, Spyro, Hogwarts Legacy. I know not a lot of people are going to be interested in that one, but a surprise for the new year, we have some Bayonetta 3 information.
Oh,
and it has been some time since we even spoke about Bayonetta 3, so look forward to that.
Yes, and for some random information right now, Chaos's Sim is on a pizza floaty.
So, to give you guys some context, yes, if you guys didn't actually see the stream yesterday, Damo decided to ask a bunch of us if we would like to basically have Sims of ourselves be made, and basically Damo just let them run rampant.
Yes,
basically
and then
with the intention to see which one of us would probably die first. At least that was the original intention.
Well, the original intention was to basically play the Hunger Games, but Sims Edition, because I've got the Extreme Violence mod, to see who would kill who first and who would survive.
Hey, Deadly. And just so you know, alerts won't work at this on the Flopcast. Because by the way, say hello to YouTube, everyone. Hello. Well, it's technically also a recording as well, so. But yeah, there's also going to be, surprisingly enough, a game that I didn't actually think I'd bring up, because I didn't think there'd be really much information. Guilty Gear Strive. And more specifically, Guilty Gear Strive streamers basically getting hacked. Yes. Bear in mind, just a disclaimer, any information that we have come across is not through delving into deep within the companies. It's basically from articles that we have seen and little tidbits here and there that we've actually found from other people. So if you have any other sources that say otherwise, or if we have any misinformation, please do inform us, because we can only do the best that we can with our limited resources. This is not a serious, like, we're not serious journalists. We're here just to basically say, hey guys, have a look at this shit, tell us what you think, and we'd rather you guys actually look for the information yourselves, so then we can actually all make sure that we are informed. Anyway, disclaimer is out the fucking way, so I don't have to say it later on. just so then this also covers my ass on YouTube. And Twitch. So, with that being said, Damo, how the fuck you been doing over the past couple of weeks? What the fuck you been playing?
I've been playing 7 Days to Die because I got the map for The Walking Dead. Very impressed. Finally was able to find an antibiotic, and as well as a schematic on herbal antibiotics, which is coming much handy. Yas. Playing Sims, obviously, because I created us guys on there. I'll be creating a couple of people. But a bit of news on that. I know obviously we usually have Sims time with Damo. But, you know, I've not really had exactly any interest in Sims sort of thing for a while.
Is this going to be the second episode where there'll be no Sims time with Damo?
I mean, yeah, there's only one piece of Sims news and that's it, really. I know. But basically, just a bit of an update. We don't have...
Are you okay? Are you feeling well?
Not really. When am I really? Like, I cut my hair today. Like, look at this. This is all that's left of the hair at the back of my head.
Yeah, because you really got to worry about that.
I want my hair this short. What are you talking?
Oh, so you don't
but,
want to... No, I'm not going to say it.
Shh.
You know exactly what I was going to say, so...
Yeah. Yes, I was. Yeah. But anyway... Smurf wanted a cat, and I wanted another cat, so we've now adopted 2 cats called Turtle and Viola.
Oh no.
Yes, they're kittens actually.
Also, isn't someone actually kind of trying to start a romance with Smurf?
Yes, actually, Lion Simmons, yeah. Yeah.
They're progressive in The Sims, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, tiny bit, but they haven't flirted since, and I was like, is it going to be one of those where I'm going to have to instigate the AI to kick in?
Hey, are you saying that you'd like to actually see Lion and Smurf?
I mean...
Fanfic writers, get
Let's
on
see
it.
how that one pans out.
Fanfic writers, get on it!
Oh my goodness.
That does not include you, Damo.
I'm not into the fan fiction writing business at the minute. Like, I've not had really any inspiration. Even though I've literally had it right in front of me, I've just not been inspired to write currently. No, I would much rather read it instead. Yes, I had to be drunk to write the first chapter.
So this is why I call you a cock tease. Because you start shit, and then you're like, no.
I had to be drunk to do the first chapter to keep it wholesome.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to make it fucking wholesome in the first place.
Oh, so I can go wild with it? Okay, thanks for that information.
I wasn't expecting you to be wholesome in the first place, Damo.
So
it's
who
you.
Here?
I don't expect wholesome from you.
So who here would like to have Chaos read out another chapter once it's completed?
Oh, no.
Now that I've been given the get-go that it doesn't need to be wholesome, who here would want that chapter to be absolutely filthy but within TOS? Raise your hand.
You're asking at the wrong time for that. You should have asked yesterday. Or you should have asked on bloody Saturday. Oh, deadly.
Deadly. Me.
We know for a fact that so many people. Lion would be interested. Smurf would be interested. Yuri would be interested. Like, Charles would be interested just so that he could rip the shit out of me. Ivy would be interested. Sam would be interested. Chloe would be interested.
Right. Just loading up what part? No, I'm just kidding. Me, make
Alex.
sure you have Charles in it somehow.
No. The only way Charles would actually accept being in it is if he was actually trying to eliminate me.
It's actually, to be fair, it wouldn't be that hard for me to write Charles into it minimalistically. Not in a sexual way! Not in a sexual way!
I can't trust you with that. I can't trust you.
No,
I know you're gonna try and do some shit.
Charles.
I know you're gonna try and do some shit. It's you.
It wouldn't be in a sexual way. It'll just be like a cameo appearance. That's what you do. Whilst you're boning the character, he just walks in and just bonks you on the head, with, like, you know, something like that. I don't know.
You know what? You know what? I got an idea. Basically, have Charles come in the middle of it, have him whack me on the head, and say, "What the fuck are you doing? You're having sex with a fictional character. Get back to work or get back to streaming."
Thing is, though, it's Reader X.
Yeah, it's basically
Chaos.
basically, alright. So the gender of the main character is down to the reader.
Mm.
Damo's made it gender neutral.
Yes.
So basically, how you read it is kind of how you want it to be. It could be
The
a
best part
yaoi.
is,
It could be a yaoi. It could be something else entirely.
the best part is I could easily make that a throuple as well of you, Mummy Chaos, and Reader.
Oh no.
I no longer have to, guys, I no longer have to be wholesome with this
No,
fanfiction.
what? I was not expecting you to be wholesome in the fucking first place. Why? You were the one that wanted to basically be wholesome with it in the first place. Good fucking gods.
I wanted it to be wholesome for you, because the last time you read a fanfiction, it was a bit, you know.
Last time there was a fanfiction involving me. It was me and two other dudes.
I'll have to go back and read the fanfiction, like, because I'm pretty sure I started writing the second chapter, so now I need to know where I'm going with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, expect to see that in a cringe stream coming to you soon. God, what would that actually come actually on in terms of categories for streaming?
No. For 10,000 bits, you guys get to watch me write it and have your own input.
Can't wait, lol. 10,000 bits, you expensive bitch.
10,000 bits to watch me write it, and you can have any form of input that you want as long as it's within guidelines. On my end, and then on Chaos's end, 15,000 bits for him to read it.
I mean, I was going to read it anyway. I mean, I read the original chapter out on stream anyway, so...
I know. It's just like, I'm just trying to help you.
Look, it's gonna fucking happen whether I like it or not, so I might as well just go ahead and roll with it and give the people what they want. Look, I
10k bits, I'll talk to the partner, lol.
Oh my fucking gods. Demo might choke before she even gets to fucking writing it at this rate.
Oh, it's great.
It's not a case of writer's block, she's suffering from writer's cock.
Hey. So I just put the invisible salt in my mouth.
Having a salty protein shake. Fuck's sake. Good. No. You're on one tonight. Fucking hell. You're on one. Fuck me.
Unmedicated.
Oh god.
Day 2.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not responsible for what this fucking mad bitch does.
Despite the fact that it's on his stream. Anyway.
Twitch, do not fire me. Do not ban me. Do not suspend me. Amazon, please help me. Actually, Amazon, see as how you get rid of Jeremy Clarkson. Hey, how about hooking me up? He's basically losing his job.
I know.
It's fucking hilarious.
Obviously, like, been playing.
Anyway, to quote Total Biscuit and the Co-optional Flop podcast, we do occasionally talk about video games here.
Yes. Oh yeah, me and Smurf got a victory today on Fortnite.
Funny enough, me and Yuri got two victories on Fortnite.
Nice.
Yeah, at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
Because I fell asleep after after dinner yesterday, and I woke up and Yuri was playing, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just jump on and help her. Literally, first match, we got the dub. We were in duos, and we got the dub. Then we had someone else with us in trios, and then we got the dub there as well.
Nice.
So before we lost the crown, I decided to bounce and go to bed. I came second in trio, even though my team DC'd in the beginning. Yeah, I've actually managed to win with my entire team DCing in squads. Yeah, I managed to win. Why? Because I waited them out. They died to the storm because they couldn't fucking find me. This is a few seasons ago back, mind you, but...
da, 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 da. No, I clicked it. Sorry, music. Anyway, so yeah, I did that. Obviously completed Gotham Knights as well.
Yep, so you'll be prepared for when we eventually do the multiplayer.
Yes, massively.
Yes. Providing lion votes for it as well.
We really need to get that, like, get a few videos done on that, because the content we'll all come up with would be great.
Well, whenever you, me, and Lion actually play a game together, shit just happens.
Exactly.
That's why I decided to make the Elden Ring videos.
I know. We need to make more funny content like that.
It's gonna take. The thing is, it's like, because I'm still actually trying to get everything set up for actual like editing videos and that on the PS5, so it's gonna take a while. Like me. So, is that all you've been playing?
Yeah, just starts 2023.
Oh yeah, because you were doing that because apparently Beat Saber's not enough.
I know, right? I know. Like, sheesh. Ben, come chaos with me on Resi 6. I think that means, but yeah.
Ben,
I don't know what that means.
Chaos with me on Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah, no. Rainbow Six Siege can go suck a dick. Just saying.
Yeah,
no.
Tried that originally, and yeah, no, I didn't really get anywhere. I do have some Rainbow Six Siege videos on YouTube, by the way. Hashtag not sponsored by the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ChaosDragon49.
Hashtag Chaos Dragon 49. Hashtag Chaos Dragon 49 is shameless plugin.
Hashtag pizza party. Hashtag Dobles. Hashtag pizza oven flopcast. Hashtag Damo is a fucking dick.
How am I a dick?
The damn clip of me reading out the spoon tweet.
I didn't clip that.
Ivy did.
Exactly.
I've seen it, that's why I asked, lol. No. I'm not going back on Siege. Like, they would have to pay me to get back on Siege.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, other than that, like, and obviously my usual shenanigans. Damon's amazing. Shush you. Oh, bless you. My shenanigans, yeah. But yeah, other than that, what have you been up to? How you been? Well, any mental breakdowns like the Damu?
No. I'm not
just
like
no.
I'm not like you. I can actually hold myself together.
Well, at least one of us can. That's why we make a good duo.
I'm not held together by duct tape. Damo, spitters are quitters. Netorare. So obviously Genshin dailies, I've actually been getting around to actually doing some of the character stories. I did Kazuha's today.
Yeah.
Chaos does not bring enough chaos, just saying. You've not been around long enough. So I was actually doing that. I've also been building up my wishes in that because I am trying to save for Dia, and I basically made the decision I'm not going to pull for Alhaitham. I don't know why, I just don't like him. He's a bit of a prick. Like, Kaya's one thing, Alhatham's just a prick.
You know what just went through my mind, don't you? What am I doing right now? I'm just like, yeah, you know, this is just a normal stream. Let's roll a ciggy and get you. And I'm like, wait, no, it's not an actual normal stream. Fuck! I'm halfway through it.
See, I don't need to cause chaos because other people do enough of it. I end up creating environments where people can cause chaos deadly. Hence why I'm the Chaos of Dragons. I don't necessarily have to cause chaos when other people do enough of it for me. Damo's like, roll up. Hey.
Just in the box.
Put the smoke down.
It's in the box. It's in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what an unmedicated Damo is like.
And it's only going to get worse from here.
I know. Thankfully, it's another 2 weeks before the next Flopcast.
No. I don't think I'll be medicated by then.
We got fucking Digimon next week. Are you gonna be medicated by then?
Let me just check the website.
God, if you're not by then,
If not, we're fucked.
Oh,
we're honestly fucked.
I'm honestly fucked.
Right,
you're not, because you're not the one streaming it.
I know the hell is stock. When is it going to be delivered? Right. They're preparing my order. It doesn't tell me anything.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Do you want the worst bit?
No, just try to get on.
10 days ago is when it was put in.
Jesus Christ. We've already gone 22 minutes and we barely got out of the introduction.
Buzz.
Fucks. Oh, God. Well, at least it's you causing madness instead of your fucking cats this time.
I know, right?
Wanting to show their brown eye. So yeah, obviously I've been doing Genshin, a fair amount of that. I also have been dabbling in Honkai Impact again. We have, something you forgot to actually mention, Damo. You and I and Mikado have actually been tackling the forest.
That is true.
We've actually
forgot about that.
We're actually having a little bit of fun with that, although Damo's computer decided to pull a Damo and have a complete mental breakdown.
Yeah!
That's it now. All mental breakdowns are just going to be called Damo.
Oh, you know what? Fair play, mate. Fair play.
It's going to be like, oh, you pulled a Damo. I was like, oh, you Damoed. I'm off to do some things around the house. Have a wonderful stream. I will be back. Alright, Deadly. Thank you very much for the lurk. Very much appreciate it. So yeah, the forest has actually been quite interesting. Especially trying to actually keep ourselves alive. Especially considering the amount of days I actually passed when I actually joined you guys on the new file. I literally got fucking just 2 KO'd. Just right as I come out of fucking bat, and it's like, bastard.
Yeah, and I went down after, remember, trying to save your ass. Oh, Lion's terrified of the thunderstorm.
So also that's been done. Well, also tried to tackle the old school BlazBlue games, which made me cringe to all hell. The controls, it's like, oh my god, no wonder the second game was actually better. Some of the combos I actually know how to do in Central Fiction I can't fucking do. That pisses me off.
Wow.
Dabbling in Pokemon Unite and Scarlet and Moon, trying to actually, get some shit done on there and fill out the Pokedex, so maybe I can actually do proper shiny hunt streams. I've also got to find more of the ingredients for the fucking sandwiches, so I can actually make.
You were meant to get food. Yeah, go on.
More shiny, at least more shiny luck, because apparently that's the way to fucking go. I've also been playing a game that I originally played back on the PS Vita. because I bought it on PS5 because they basically revamped it. Neptunia Reverse. I like the Neptunia series due to the fact they break the fucking fourth wall so many damn times. Yeah. Oh fuck. Christ. Obviously been doing the Fortnite and losing a lot of the time. Unless I'm playing gun game, in which case, fuck you, Sam. Not like I'm sweaty about that at all.
Totally not. No.
He's just so fucking smug. He's like, hey, I ain't done nothing. You guys are just teaming up on me. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, God. If you guys saw Saturday's stream, you'll understand. Christ. I've also been looking around for different Pokemon ROM hacks. Found one that could be interesting. Pokemon Infinite Fusions. Where basically you get to fuse different... Well, you actually... Instead of... you're given DNA splices to basically fuse any and all Pokemon. So you can make some absolute atrocities. I don't know, however, if you're able to split them apart, though. I imagine it might be possible, but we'll see on that one.
You could just put it in the bin. Yeah.
Fuck. I've been dabbling in quite a few games here and there. It's been kind of weird this past couple of weeks because work still has got me sort of like all over the show, and I'm just mainly trying to relax and not lose my shit, and also trying not to get hurt. I mean, this morning I woke up and my back was killing me.
Yeah, no, same to be fair, my back was killing me.
It felt like someone had punched me in the fucking side. Yeah, and I literally when I woke up this morning and I felt the pain, I'm like, ow! Fucking hell. Tell me that you love me before you do that, Jesus.
Let's check out Social Bunny. So me and you on oh wait, hang on, no, now it's me lying. Okay, so me and you on The Sims have been messaging each other like through Social Bunny, like DMs. And the first thing, because obviously I named mine Catmaid Demu. So my last name is Demu, but my first name is Catmaid. Right. So you've gone, Catmaid, we've been trying to reach you about your refrigerator's extended warranty.
Oh my god. I even made that fucking joke as well.
So I've responded going, a skeleton walks into a thrifty and orders a boba tea and a mop. And you've gone, hey bestie, hope you're having an excellent day. Chaos, I'm so happy to have a friend like you. And then Lion goes, like, uses the same joke I put to you about the skeleton walking into thrifty. And I've then gone to your female doppelganger saying, Benjamin, we've been trying to reach you out about your refrigerator's extended warranty.
You called her Benjamin?
Yeah, I called her Benjamin.
Oh my god. Kill me now.
I'm just like, bro, actually, let's do a funny one to you again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's the same one. It's the thrifty one, bro. Benjamin, Chaos is sneaky like a fox, and that's why I don't trust him. Your own doppelganger don't trust you, bro.
Hey, I don't trust myself, so there's nothing fucking new.
I've called Smurf Papa Smurf.
Oh my god. So literally everyone goes around like, hey Papa.
Yeah, literally, and you've gone, Papa, listen to these old folks telling us they couldn't get out of the pool without a ladder. Just hit the gym.
Wow. Wow. Just wow.
Papa, I went a little too hard. It was supposed to be a friendly pillow fight.
Jesus Christ. See this kind of thing could easily be a fucking stream demo. You do plenty of shit off stream that you could easily make as a fucking stream, and you're like, you fucking clam up. Well, yeah, but shush. I know you. I've known you long enough to actually know exactly the kind of responses I'll get.
Hey, Chaos.
Oh no.
Fun fact, cow plants always get left out, which is why they suffer from severe FOMO.
throat saying "kill me now."
It's the gerbit. Meshaluba Baba Dwu Papa Leon.
Oh my god. So yeah, I've been playing a bunch of other games trying to get it back on fucking track. So I'll start things off. Just for my own fucking sanity. So with obviously Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which you guys have seen me actually thoroughly enjoying, unless you saw yesterday's stream, in which case fuck you online gamer base for the stalled and bullshit tactics. They've actually been slowly actually bringing out some powerful Pokemon like Charizard and Cinderace in some of the raids as 7-star raids. Well, apparently, some Pokemon from the Hishuin region, aka Legends Arceus, will actually be making their way into the game. And players are obviously happy about this. However, there are some that are actually quite concerned because there are quite a few broken Pokemon in there.
Akara.
Like, well, some people are curious if how many of the Hishuin forms will actually be in there, like Hishuin Typhlosion or Ursaluna, the evolved form of, the finally evolved form of Teddiursa. It's going to be interesting because, well, some of these Pokemon that are in Legends Arceus, as I said, are kind of busted. Like, I've said to people, if you're playing Legends Arceus, beware of Bidoof. Beware Bidoof and fucking roll out. Little bastard is tough. So yeah, one Pokemon that I have heard that is actually probably got the most potential to fuck things over and definitely put the competitive scene on Scarlet and Violet on its head is Hishuin Lilligant, because it's got such a wide variety of potential. So it'll be interesting to actually see where that actually goes. Like how many Pokemon will actually be allowed? Because obviously when a Pokemon games has hit Pokemon Home, yeah, you're able to transfer Pokemon from other games over there, but you're only able to transfer certain Pokemon. You can't transfer all of them. There are like limits that you can actually do. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a limit that actually is put in place. Because if it's going to be put on Pokemon Home, and you're able to put a Pokemon from Legends Arceus on there, what's to stop from Sword and Shield and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl?
Sorry.
No worries. So this could be certainly interesting, but it could also be a bit of a disaster for the competitive scene. But it'll be interesting to see how quick some of these Pokemon are actually get banned, because Legends Arceus does not have a multiplayer. It has a trading part, but no multiplayer. It doesn't have a competitive scene, because Legends Arceus is a side game, not a main game. Granted, yes, it was an experiment to see how people would actually fare with the new possible system that they were going to introduce. And Legends Arceus actually took off rather well. A lot of people actually thoroughly enjoyed Arceus and are still actually enjoying it to this day. Even though Scarlet and Violet are actually out, some people are actually going back to Legends Arceus to actually enjoy it further. Sword and Shield seems to have basically kind of been left behind now. It'll be interesting to see, because Season 2 of the competitive scene has now actually begun, if you're actually trying it. So, with some Pokemon already having been banned, with the likes of Houndstone being one of them, being one of the quickest times Pokemon's ever been banned, it'll be interesting to see where this actually goes. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out, and I may end up doing another report on this when there's actually more stuff out. Maybe actually even talk about some of the Pokemon that may actually have come over and actually been banned. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting couple of months for Scarlet and Violet, especially considering the DLC. Especially considering the DLC might actually introduce the Hoenn region into Scarlet and Violet, so an entirely new region. And with that being said, my flarbiter is very hard.
I'm uncomfortably erect right now.
I'm uncomfortably flarbiter. Demo, pay attention.
It literally just popped up. That's why I've been like.
Demo, you know how this works. I do an article, you do one, blah 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 blah. Come on.
I know. Oh, is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay, so this is from like the 3rd of January. Silent Hill 2 remake isn't coming to Xbox and Microsoft isn't happy. This is all like, you know, speculation and stuff, guys. Infrared, for recent response to the Federal Trade Commission's lawsuit against it, Microsoft seemed to suggest that Silent Hill 2 remake is never going to be launched on its own consoles. It's been a funny few days, holidays notwithstanding, so let's bring ourselves up to speed. The FTC is unimpressed with Microsoft's arguments that its acquisition of Activision wouldn't make any ripples in the industry. Microsoft has said that Sony's exclusives are better and more prevalent, and Sony seeks to shrink Microsoft's presence in the video game market, and that The Elder Scrolls VI is only a mid-sized game and wouldn't sway consumers from PlayStation to their own hardware. This is a mere scraping the back and forth from both titans for their reasons why the acquisition should or shouldn't be completed, and frankly, fans have had enough of it.
I'm sorry, they're saying that literally their acquisition and basically their control of Elder Scrolls wouldn't sway people over to their system. Bull fucking shit. That is absolutely bullshit. And here's the thing, it's kind of a two-way thing. People will either actually go over to it, or the sales will actually drop by half. Because it will literally actually then become an exclusive, and literally half the market will literally drop out from it.
Now with the lawsuit from the FTC on the table too, Microsoft has had to shoot back. Courtesy of Windows Central, we've seen that Silent Hill 2 is counted alongside Final Fantasy VII Remake and Bloodborne as games that won't ever make it over to Xbox. In addition to having outright exclusive content, Sony has also entered into arrangements with third-party publishers which require the exclusion of Xbox from the set of platforms these publishers can distribute their games on, relayed the statement. Some prominent examples from these agreements include Final Fantasy. I believe we actually kind of slightly spoke about this last time, but yeah.
But the thing, right, here's the thing that I've actually had a bit of time to think about this. Like, they say, oh, they won't be allowed on Xbox. They're basically a stab at Microsoft. It's like, but you can get them on Steam, and then you can play them on your PC, which PCs are mainly Microsoft. So, isn't that then contradictory?
Pretty fucking much, my guy.
So it's just like, Sony, Microsoft, if you guys are gonna have a pissing contest, at least do it right. Because, granted, Sony's not exactly like guilt-free out of everything. They've done some fucked up shit in regards to the gaming market for a few years now. Like, Microsoft's no fucking different. At this point, I just want to get both the heads of the fucking Microsoft and Sony, bang them together, and go, right, you. Stop aggravating him. You already did wrong. Stop pointing fingers and trying to make it look like you're actually not any guilty. You're both fucking idiots. Pack it in. And Ted will be just sat there like, don't start because we know you ain't got the money to actually do it. But if you did, you would try this shit as well. Fuck off.
Yep. Pretty much.
Oh god. Bring back the days when Sega were actually a console company.
I know, right? Like, damn.
Oh man. That just shows how old I am.
Yep.
Last fucking Sega console ever was the Dreamcast. And it was a great bit of fucking kit, I'll tell you. But like, seriously. They're saying, oh, these games won't end up on Xbox. Uh-huh. Final Fantasy won't end up on Xbox. Explain Final Fantasy 13 then, and 15. They are. They're on Xbox.
Exactly.
So literally them saying Final Fantasy won't end up on there is bullshit, because it already fucking is. Them saying about future titles like 16? Okay. Future titles, I can get them saying that, but like series in general, it's like you're gonna have to be a bit more specific with that, guys. It's like, you know, just stop shooting yourself in the foot. There's plenty of contradictions in both arguments.
Ryan made some fruit yogurt and parfait. Very nice. Well done. And it's excellent quality. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to change the fucking. I'm gonna have to. If it's gonna be like this, I'm gonna have to change the fucking title. The past, the future, and Damo's struggle with attention and Sims.
Bruh.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, any more on that, or is it pretty much just like what we basically just said?
Basically what we just said. I forgot that we spoke about it last time, in all honesty.
Well, the thing is, it's like, it's a continuing subject, because it's just like it continues to develop. Like Microsoft trying to fucking inflate Sony's ego and trying to downplay what they're doing. And it's like you're literally all you're doing is literally like basically what in my eyes and what Microsoft is doing. And this is a bit of a stretch of an analogy, so bear with me. They're basically inflating one tire while letting the air out in another one. The only difference is they've got 5 people with pumps pumping up one tire, and they've got 5 people stabbing the other tire. So it's like, you guys are trying to downplay, but in essence, you're kind of going to hit the floor in the process, because people are going to be like, there's one thing to downplay stuff in a convincing manner, and then there's doing what Microsoft is doing. It's like, oh no, Sony is better than us. Bullshit!
They're essentially still trying to keep the console war alive, despite the fact that nobody cares about it these days.
The console war, I'm sorry, but the idea of the console war died ages ago.
Yeah, it's just a way of trying to market. That's what it is.
That shit
like...
literally died about 10 or so years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lion's playing some chess.
Like literally, when Nintendo kind of didn't really do well with the Wii, that kind of put an end to the console wars, because then it was basically PlayStation, Xbox, and people were sick of that to begin with. Like the original like console wars, when it was actually Nintendo and Sega, like that shit was actually good. And then when you threw PlayStation in the mix as well, and then when they attempted with the original Xbox, which is a fucking dumpster fire. And I know that for a fact, because I knew someone that actually had one, and every time they actually tried to play it, it would go for about an hour and then go, ooh. So, yeah. But yeah, like those days, there was actually something magical about like the console wars. There was actually something to it. There was actually
something decent.
It was actually something majestic, because there was exclusive shit. There actually was exclusive shit that was actually on there. Now it's a case of, this is a PlayStation exclusive. 5 years later, this is now over on that system. It's no, the console wars are not a console wars. It's literally just a fucking boardroom battleground, and that's why no one gives a shit about the console wars. If you guys are gonna have it, if you guys are gonna actually say it's an exclusive, then fucking stick to it. Yes, would some stuff actually look really good on other systems? Yes, but that's the joy about console wars, is the actual dream and thought of the community, of the gaming community, actually thinking like, oh, do you think this would actually look good over on this system? Well, based on the specs of this, it might actually do better, actually, but it's their property. It's their thing. So literally, if anyone actually goes on about the console wars, I'll be like, go back 10 years and see when that shit actually died. Actually, I'm pretty sure it probably died even before then as well. Last time I really paid attention to anything console war-ish, and that was back when, again, the Dreamcast. But
this is the thing though, console plays, like, you know, Xbox specifically, think about it. 1 minute they're saying PlayStation is better because they're like, okay, this is a bit too much. But the next they're going back on their word and going, oh, PlayStation's evil, PlayStation's doing this, PlayStation
Yeah, because
does that.
again,
It's like they're trying to keep something alive that was abolished years ago, but because they know for a fact they're getting newer fans from, like, you know, different audience and stuff, they're wanting to try and keep it alive because they want to try and keep it going on and on and on. But eventually people are just going to be all like, you know, like it initially was with the millennials. And soon after, like, you know, Gen Z, they're just like, okay, cool, small dick energy, we get it.
Like, literally, as I actually said, they're literally trying to downplay it, so then when they actually come back, they can actually... Basically, it's that they're trying to reverse psychology, and they're failing miserably.
Yeah.
It's like saying... It's like when you get into a fight, and it's like, oh, it's like, don't worry about it. They're actually way stronger. I took more damage than they did, and they're there in a fucking coma, and you're stood there with only a scratch on your face.
Yeah, I know.
That's essentially what it is. And it's like, Xbox, why
are
you
gaslight?
why are you opening your mouth like that? Why are you opening your mouth? We know what you're doing. If anything, people would actually probably be more on their side if they just opened up and said, yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Or better yet, if they just tried and went, look, we just want money. Give it to us.
Well, to be honest, alright, let's cut that. Let's cut that on that one. Let's be honest. We all want money to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, there's no bullshit on that one. Then basically telling the company to basically turn around and say, oh yeah, we want money, is kind of irrelevant because that is basically what they want anyway. But
well,
that's just like that's just a common knowledge. And if you believe otherwise, you're fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Or you're sticking your head under a rock.
I need to go and get my snacky snacks. I forgot them. Continue for me, my cat. Continue.
Fucking hell. My co-host, everyone. Fuck's sake. Oh, God. This is what I put up with. It's not just like this, like, on the Flopcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's just like this normally. But, speaking of Xbox, actually, we're actually going to tackle an Xbox franchise. Now, when Xbox did the Master Chief Collection, it was very successful because it actually had all the Halo games put on it, and they've added the others since, and actually added stuff that players actually wanted from the Halo Master Chief Collection. Well, apparently, according to an insider source, the Gears of War series, which is actually, in my eyes, a very good series, a very good series, 4 and 5 did kind of flop somewhat. They weren't as good, but they were still good.
That back 4 was great.
I'm saying they weren't as good as the original trilogy. They weren't as good as the original trilogy. Because the one thing about Gears of War, yeah, obviously there's online play, but a lot of people, what they know Gears of War for is the story.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Halo. I was going to say, take that back about Halo 4, man.
Look, we're not going to get onto the whole Halo thing, alright? That's a whole fucking different kettle of fish that I'm not willing to deal with. Because a lot of people...
Because you know the Halo 4 was great.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No. Halo Reach was great. Halo
Wait,
4...
what one was that one? That was 4, wasn't it?
No.
The 4th installment.
No. Halo Reach was essentially a precursor to the original Halo game. It was basically when you were on Reach, and then you actually just basically were given Cortana, and then you gave Cortana to the guys who would then end up giving Cortana to Master Chief. Yeah, 4 basically happened like a long time after 3, when Cortana basically was at her end.
Yeah, so you had 1, 2, 3, Reach.
No, where basically how it goes is Reach, 1, 2, ODST and 3, 4, 5.
I'm talking about like release terms. Weren't Reach after 3?
Reach was after that, yeah. If we're talking release times, then yes.
Yeah, so it'd be the 4th installment in the series, but it was actually a prequel.
Reach actually came after 4. Yeah. Reach was the last project that that Bungie actually did for Halo before it got signed off to 343.
That makes sense.
Yeah. A lot of people, when they say after 3, what would you say is the best Halo game? A lot of people will turn around and say Reach. Because in terms of story, actually, there was a lot more to it, whereas 4 was just a clusterfuck. And at that point...
4 was funny.
Yeah, but at that point, once you hit 3, there was no reason to actually like continue the story on. 4 just felt like they were just dragging it through the mud at that point. Reach actually made sense. Reach actually made sense because it actually kind of showed also Cortana's origins as well, and basically worked because you actually got to see, because the only other time you actually heard of Reach was actually if you read the books. And yet Reach actually worked because it actually gave you basically frontline view on the end of Reach.
The thing is though, like what I've noticed when people are like, yeah, but there's really no need for a 4th one. What it probably was, and please at any point can, like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, what it probably was is that fans wanted to know, you know, what happened after, and that's what happens with a lot of movies, as you know, with books, TV shows, yada yada, especially with games. So it created 4 as a little filler.
Yeah.
Before they as a company just went, we're no longer doing this now.
Well, when 4 was actually made, it was no longer Bungie at hand. It was 343 Studios that actually took it at that point. Bungie had already finished with it. Reach was their last. 343 then actually took over, and then 4 was actually made. Hence why a lot of people don't like it. 5, to be honest, I've not really played much of 5, but from what I've heard, it's not that good. And then, of course, you got, like, the recent Halo game, which has basically just shot itself in the foot. The recent one.
Wait, there's a recent one?
Yeah. Halo Infinite.
Oh, we don't talk about her. We do not talk about her.
Yeah, as I said, shot herself in the foot. But anyway, back to what I was originally going to say, because it'll be the last thing before we go for a break. Gears of War is actually going to be getting a, well, Halo Master Chief Collection style rework, as it were. So the original 2 will, the original trilogy will actually be getting a graphical update, and no doubt they'll add 4, and they'll add the other Gears games as well, along with the DLC, which I think is... Why are you shaking your head?
They're 2 separate universes.
Yeah, we're talking about Gears of War now, no longer Halo. They're saying again because you know, obviously they put the Halo games together in the Halo Master Chief Collection. They're saying they're going to be giving Gears of War that style of a worker.
I was gonna say they best not like integrate them together, because
no, where the hell did you get that? Well, I literally said they're going to be like giving it that style of a workup.
I didn't hear style. I just heard Halo Master Chief Collection Gears of War.
You're too integrated on Sims. Pay attention.
I'm not. It's paused right now. It is paused right now, and I will prove it.
Yeah, you don't need to prove it.
Exactly.
Because it'll fuck up the setup.
No, it won't, because I just have to turn my web... Look, just do this. Pause. See that red line? That means it's paused. Paused.
All I see is white.
Paused.
There we go. But yeah.
Paused.
Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Shut up.
Suck me.
No.
Bitch.
I'll leave that to Yuri. But yeah, they're going to be actually doing that for Gears of War, basically giving it a bit of a a bit of a makeover, so to speak, graphically, and I think it's a good thing. Because when they put the collection on Xbox One, you could definitely tell that, yes, they remastered the first one, but the other two definitely needed more work. The fact is, all they did was actually throw the 360 version on it. And it was not that, you could tell they were not that good. They really were not that good. It really didn't look good. And it's like, they definitely need to do that justice. Now, what it means about them actually doing this could also mean there's actually could actually mean the next Gears of War game in the series. So, and considering how the last Gears game actually went, where you basically make a choice on who, spoiler alert by the way, on basically who you save at the end, could be very telling on what might actually happen, because then it'll actually mean now people might end up with very different gameplays because they'll have different characters. So that'll be very interesting to see how they go from there. I was very curious why they did that originally. So it'll be very interesting to see where they actually take the story from there. I was very apprehensive when they continued the Gears series after 3.
Oh, what one was it that I last played? I think it was like, how many there in total?
5.
Plus 5. Yeah, I think the last one I played was 4, and I just was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, 3 was okay. I think the second one was the one that I used to play a lot, and I was alright with the second one. But when it got to, like, 4, because I've never actually played 5, and I've always been advised against playing Gears 5. Gears 4 was a bit too much, and there was too much going on for me to handle at that point.
Basically, to summarize, the Locusts are back, and the female protagonist in your squad is actually pretty much, from what we can gather, related to the Locust Queen. Yeah.
Someone took inspiration from Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, they did basically throw a lot in there.
Yeah.
But I will admit, having played it myself and gone through it a couple of times, I can definitely say, yeah, there was a lot going on, but it makes sense. If they were to stop it at any point, it wouldn't have made sense to stop and then leave that bit to the next.
No, I understand that, but when it came to playing Gears 4, when I say I couldn't do it because there's too much going on, I mean, I couldn't even get past the first bit.
Jeez.
I couldn't even, like, there was just too much, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Oh,
that bit, yeah, but the flashback.
The beginning.
Yeah, the flashbacks, yeah.
I was so confused, because you're meant to go one way, but then you have to go another way. And then because all this shooting and shit going on, you're meant to jump down here, you're meant to jump, like, try and climb up here, and it's like, I'm fucking done. That's it, the controller's down. Bye, Felicia, sort of attitude at the time.
Alright, that bit, yeah, was
I just couldn't get past it. It's too much noise.
Wow.
Yeah, it's too much noise for me. Honestly, I couldn't deal with it. I am not afraid to state that I have quit some games because of confusion and overstimulation. That was an extremely overwhelming situation right now.
If you want something heavy to deal with, try dealing with Gears of War 1 and a Berserker.
Done it.
The original introduction of the Berserker was fucking rough, my dude. This was before everyone basically then could get through it, no probs.
Okay. Tomb Raider Anniversary, dinosaur. T-Rex. Yeah. This motherfucker didn't know. Oh, no, you have to do the dinosaur to go whack into certain objects, and I wasted all my goddamn ammo. It took me 10 hours to do it. Because nobody, you gotta think, this was a time I didn't know you. I was 12 years old.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I played the first Gears of War, this before I even had internet.
You had dial-up, motherfucker.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't have internet. Period. I've only actually had proper internet for the past 10 years.
You can tell, like, the age gap between us both.
Yeah.
Because I had internet, not dial-up. At 12.
Yeah, I didn't have
It was
dial-up.
5 years
I
not
didn't
to
have
have
dial-up. I just didn't have internet. Period. Reason being is because my old man didn't want to fucking pay for it.
I mean, that's fair. I used to run up the fucking Sky bill with, like, the little cards and the fucking, like, digiboxes playing the games.
Until then, me and Mum just went, you know what, fuck it, we'll pay for it ourselves. So we just went, fuck you. But yeah,
mate.
so it'll be interesting to see what they actually do for Gears of War, like how much of a graphical update they'll give it. And is this actually going to be the start of them basically saying, hey, Gears of War 6? But yeah, that is it for the first part. We have kind of bullshitted our way through it, as we usually do.
Naturally.
So we're going to take a 9-minute break, providing I don't get dragged away for anything. But yes, go make yourselves something to eat, something to drink. Maybe go for a pee or a poo. Preferably not all at the same time. Preferably not all at the same time, because that's kind of nasty and unhygienic. And yes, we will see you guys back here very, very shortly. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
I think Damo's having a bit of fun there.
Yeah, the cat's aged up.
See you jamming away there.
Yeah.
Also,
And the cats had a fight as soon as they aged up as well.
So also, welcome back everyone. Hope you guys are able to actually at least get something to drink, maybe something to eat. I just made my nephew jump by literally poking him in the ribs.
Oh, that classic trick, eh?
He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And he jumped so much, Arme jumped as well.
Oh!
2 for 1, let's go! Oh god.
Emergency. Have emergency.
So you got another topic for us, Damo?
Yes. There we go. We'll pause it for now and then I'll turn to these. A new Skyrim player weirded out by what NPCs are doing to a dead person in Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
No! What the fuck's going on?
I was meaning to talk about this one in the last one, but I don't actually think I did.
Now what the fuck?
A relative newcomer to Elder Scrolls V Skyrim happens upon a rather unusual scene in the Bethesda game that leaves them with some questions. After more than 11 years, there are still newcomers to Skyrim, and one of them come across a rather puzzling scene that involves a bunch of NPCs and a semi-naked corpse. Because that's not ominous at all, is it?
I mean, it's Skyrim. Isn't there usually a semi-naked corpse?
True that. With so many ways to play the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Bethesda's epic RPG continues to entertain, delight, and in this case, freak out some fans. Its roster of amusing glitches is partly what keeps the game in the spotlight, and it's interesting to see new players happening upon some of them. However, despite all the bugs that have plagued the title since it launched, Skyrim is one of the most immersive open-world games around. Its immense land littered with caves, camps, settlements, flora and fauna, as well as the deep lore have fans engrossed in this old segment of Tamriel. While many of the entertaining factors are related to the game itself and what it has to offer, some of the amusement comes from the infamous mishaps. Describing themselves as relatively new to Skyrim, Reddit user SuperPooper2019 shared a screenshot of something odd happening in the 2011 game. It looks as though the player has
why does that sound like some sort of like really, really bad toilet Nerf gun?
I know, right?
Have you tried the new Super Pooper? You can cover your relatives in shit when you spray the Super Pooper.
Oh my god. It looks as though the player interrupted some weird ritual in which multiple NPCs has gathered around a corpse in the middle of the street. The Reddit user asked what's going on, and a number of commenters have said that they are mourning or at least checking on the body. The fact that multiple characters, including Nazim, are gathered around a semi-naked corpse makes it look like some weird post-death rite. This is one of many amusing aspects of the games that many fans have come across in the past decade or so. NPCs in the game sometimes gather around deceased people and creatures either to marvel or to mourn. While there are some bugs that can be frustrating and game breaking, there are actually some Skyrim glitches that can be useful, such as the notorious one that involves a basket and a shopkeeper's head. In any case, what Super Pooper 2019 shows that there are still people discovering the game to this day, and long-time players can forget how strange things are in the game can seem to newcomers. Given how the game has been out, it's not surprising that so many people are now waiting for Elder Scrolls 6. Currently, there is no known release date of it, or even any idea of what stage of development it's in. So for now, all fans can do is be patient and keep finding amusingly weird things in Skyrim.
There's always fucking weird stuff in Skyrim, and if you can't find it, you're usually able to make it. Yes, alerts are disabled, Smurf. For the Flopcast, all alerts are disabled. Because we are also technically recording this to upload onto YouTube.
Yes.
Because of that, I've had a couple of streams that I've uploaded onto YouTube and I've got copyright claimed because of some alerts, so yeah.
The last strawberry.
So, literally, it doesn't surprise me that some people are actually finding weird shit in Skyrim. Literally, if you're not finding weird shit in Skyrim, you're making weird shit in Skyrim. Like, literally, the fact the game's pretty much everywhere on all platforms is no surprise. Literally, the game's got so much adaptability, it's ridiculous. Like, the amount of mods you can actually fucking get for that game is ridiculous.
But do you want to know what else is ridiculous?
What's happened in Sims?
Not on Sims, actually.
Fuck me.
I know. It's actually another article. Resident Evil 4 Remake reportedly keeping controversial area from the original game. A new report indicates that the upcoming Resident Evil 4 Remake will be keeping a controversial area from the original game intact. According to a new report, the upcoming Resi 4 Remake will be keeping a section from the original game that proved to be fairly divisive at the time of its release. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is following in the footsteps of the previous Resident Evil remakes, retaining the general framework of the original game while also making significant enough changes that it could feel like a whole new experience. From what it's been shown so far, the Resident Evil 4 Remake has a darker tone than the original game, with an increased focus on its horror elements over the corny one-liners. The game also appears to be making some dark changes to the story. In the original Resident Evil 4, players have the option to save a dog from a bear trap, but in Resident Evil 4 Remake, the dog is already dead when Leon arrives.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, because we should be able to save the fucking dog.
Because the dog's really helpful in a boss fight.
Exactly. Well, they're taking that away because I want to just see us suffer. But while Resident Evil 4 Remake is definitely making some big changes to its game, it should still be familiar to fans of the original. The latest issue of Edge magazine has reportedly interviewed the Resident Evil 4 Remake developers, confirming that the original's core areas are all represented in the remake. This means that fans can expect to visit the village, as has been seen in Resident Evil 4 Remake gameplay trailers, the castle, and ultimately the controversial island. The original Resident Evil 4 is one of the highest rated and most influential video games of all time. Resident Evil 4's over-the-shoulder camera and exciting action-inspired game development for years to come. But even so, it's not perfect. Many fans have complained about the Resident Evil 4 Island section over the years, feeling it to be a step down from the quality of gameplay found in the game's beginning and middle areas. The island returning in the Resident Evil 4 remake is not surprising, though some fans may be disappointed to get confirmation that it is indeed making a comeback. On the bright side, it seems that Capcom is aware of how some fans weren't impressed by the island and could be addressing some of that feedback. There will apparently be a lot more to do on the island in the remake, so it'll be interesting to see what it means. It's possible Capcom will show off the Resident Evil 4 remake's take on the island in the pre-launch footage, but otherwise fans may have to wait for the game to launch. Luckily, the remake release date is right around the corner, so fans will soon be able to check it out for themselves. Yes, because I have pre-ordered it as well. So.
Well, you know what I'm disappointed about? The fact that
you can't say the dog.
The fact that they're literally ignoring every other fucking series that they've got and focusing solely on bloody Resident Evil. Guy, Capcom, you have so many good fucking series. Like, literally, you did a remaster of Onimusha 1. I know I've gone on about it over and over and over again on several other podcasts, as well as on stream, but I want to make this point. The Onimusha series is really fucking good. It makes use of the old school style Resident Evil camera system. And it's actually fucking good. Give us that. Give us the rest of the Onimusha series. So many people are missing out on such a really good series. Give us that.
Oh. Lion is flirty and talking to you.
What's new? He does that anyway. He does that anyway when he continuously says I'm caked up. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I'm in two minds about this, alright? Yay in Resident Evil 4. Well, actually not yay, because I fucking hated it. Especially Ashley. She was just so annoying. Leon, help! Leon! Shut up! But again, as I said, like they're just. You guys have other series. So many other companies are focusing on different series. Yet it seems like Capcom only they go on a single mind trip for a while. They'll focus on one series for quite some time. Then they may do another, and then they'll go back to what they've been focusing on for the rest of the fucking 10 years. But how long is it going to be before we get another Devil May Cry game?
Probably years to come.
Like, how long did it take for them to go from the 4 to 5?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Chaos, you are flirty.
I think. Just when they put the Onimusha remaster on PS4, I was very optimistic. It's like, yay, we're gonna get the rest of them soon, and they're nowhere to be fucking seen. There's no news about them. There's no conversation about them, and people need to talk about it. It's a fucking great series. It deserves more attention. When it came out originally, it was fucking great. 2 was great. 3, they may have some issues because I think there's maybe like a kind of bit of licensing issues because they did have a certain French actor in on it.
Yeah.
On the 3rd one. But still, it was fucking good. Because there's so much actually because it's obviously linear, but they're still so good. Story-wise. Oh. But yeah, anything else on Resi?
Nothing else on Resi, I'm afraid. I've got Sims 4 Infant update and Dungeons and Dragons, actually. That's about it.
Well, I've got a few. I've actually got 2, 3, 4, 5 actually things. So, many years ago, on the Nintendo 64, they brought out 007 GoldenEye to go along with the GoldenEye film. And a lot of people have actually said that it's actually probably one of the best FPSs, or story-based FPSs, that have been around for years. And a lot of people maintain that. It was actually really, really good as well. And the multiplayer was fun as fuck. Well, last year, it was revealed that the N64 title would be actually put onto Nintendo Switch's expansion pack online service. So you'd be able to actually play it on the Switch. But apparently also it's going to be coming out on the Xbox as well.
Okay.
And it'll be a remaster given with a much needed facelift with 4K resolution and an improved frame rate. And it will also include achievements. But here's the one thing that most people would actually want to know. Because a lot of games these days don't have split screen co-op, as in couch co-op.
Yeah.
And that was one of the good things that was known about GoldenEye. Well, it's on it. They're giving split screen co-op onto this remaster of GoldenEye, which I think is a good thing. Because if they would actually take that out, then a lot of people would probably be very upset about it. For Xbox players, it will be available on the Xbox Game Pass, so subscribers won't actually have to pay a penny for it. Which, not gonna lie, it's actually a neat little thing that they're actually doing, and I think is something that definitely could use with a... Well, I just don't really think it's a good idea. So there'll hopefully be news very, very soon in regards to that. So I will try and keep you guys updated as it comes. Now, from one iconic game for its time to another. Spyro. Now, recently, the company that made Spyro, it was their 20th anniversary. And a few eager people noticed something in regards of their release of the picture for the 20th anniversary. And basically, you see Spyro actually in the corner. Now, Spyro did get a bit of attention back when they did the remaster. So there is some speculation that might actually now be the starter for Spyro getting a brand new game, because they brought Crash back and gave him his own game, and then they did the Spyro collection, but there's been nothing since. Crash has received a lot more attention than Spyro, and a lot of people, myself included, along with Geo and I think quite a few other people I know, want more Spyro, because Spyro was actually good. So, they were maybe hinting at a new Spyro game in the works, but it could also still be speculation. But if they pay attention to their fan base, they'll actually see that a Spyro game is definitely needed.
Definitely, yeah.
There is some people actually talking about a new Spyro game on the horizon. I'm not quite sure if it's actually a legit thing, but it is something to actually hold out hope for. And they haven't forgotten about our favourite little blue dragon. Hopefully, they won't go ahead and make him do another Skylanders thing, because that thing was fucking awful. It played awful, didn't really want to work, and Spyro, literally, even though he was one of the main faces of Skylanders, was given a very minor role. I know this because my girlfriend and her parents actually did Skylanders. And they were not... My girlfriend, who is a Spyro fan, she has Spyro and Cinder tattooed on her legs. So yeah. Very disappointing. We definitely need to see more of the little purple fella. Hell, I might even actually download the Spyro trilogy and give that another crack, because I haven't actually completed 2 and 3 in its entirety. I managed to do number 1, because not gonna lie, that one's actually, in terms of completion list, number 1's easier.
Mm.
Because you haven't got to go through stupid mini games.
Naturally,
It's
yeah.
just chasing egg thieves, finding all the gems, and getting statues. That's literally it. Whereas you got to go through fucking mini games galore. But it might actually be worth doing on a stream at some point.
Maybe.
Now, a bit of a controversial game that is coming out very, very soon. Hogwarts Legacy has got the gaming community very divided. Not just the gaming community, but also the Harry Potter community, considering J.K. Rowling's statements. I'm not going to go on to what she has actually said, but at this point, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about what's being said. Now, I did point this out. I think it was the last podcast I said this, that people are actually quite divided in regards to the game because people are not quite sure if J.K. Rowling is actually getting any profits from it.
She will be.
Yeah, because it is still her intellectual property, so I believe she will. But there's nothing actually been confirmed on that, and that's neither here nor there. Apparently, I imagine they got him into this solely to maybe drum up something else. Simon Pegg is actually going to be in Hogwarts Legacy as the headmaster. To my knowledge, the original plot for the Hogwarts Legacy game was actually going to be a continuation of the Harry Potter storyline, but basically after the films. Now, it seems that it's actually taking place 100 or so years before the series actually takes place. So, it'll be interesting to see where this actually goes. And if you don't know who Simon Pegg is, he has actually done films like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and he has also actually been in the Star Trek reboot series as well. So, he is a good actor, funny at that. But it'll be interesting to see a lot of people, like, Hogwarts Legacy is definitely going to be a game that we'll be keeping, myself and Damon will be keeping an eye on. Just because of how divided everyone is in regards of it. Because it is a very heated topic. And I would rather...
Thing is, and I'm just going to pop in my thing here. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not interested in it. I do not care for it. The thing is, people are like, oh, but she might not get any royalties for this. She will.
Yeah.
She will. It's obvious. It's a form of royalties because they are, you know, buying the name Harry Potter. Harry Potter is still her intellectual property.
Yeah, even though it's not actually got a Harry Potter name, it's because it's called Hogwarts Legacy. It's still technically her universe. So
it's her. Yeah, it's her trademark.
Yeah,
she's still gonna get royalties for it, and
it's technically intellectual property. If she didn't, I would love to actually hear the reasons why for it. But bar all that, it seems like a bit of an... if you ignore all that, basically take away all the controversy that's surrounding it, it looks like it could be an interesting game, but at the same time, I'm probably not going to touch it game-wise. Not because of my thought process in regards of Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling altogether, but solely because I don't think I'd enjoy it.
I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna play it, but when gameplay arises, I will watch 15 minutes of it, and then I'll give you guys my bluntly honest review. I've seen the trailer for it against my will. Yeah. I do not like it. Now, in my opinion, it looks shit.
Now here's why I'm actually going to put my input in this. I have actually seen on Twitter several streamers who actually said they're actually going to get the game and ask what people, if they would actually like to see it streamed. And due to, well, this might just be Twitter being what Twitter is, but they have ended up then cancelling their pre-orders as a result. Now, whether in regard, this is the thing, and I'm basically going to, obviously one of the policies of the Flopcast is we try and gather all information, as much information as we can, as a community, so we can actually stay fully informed, so we can actually make informed decisions as individuals on whether we actually want to or not. This is going to be one of those times where I'll actually say, yes, considering the stuff behind the creator, herself. Unfortunately, I will say this, I don't think the game should be damned because of her. I personally don't believe that the series itself should be damned because of her. It shouldn't really be tainted. Yes, it's her work, but you cannot deny that it is very good work nonetheless. Now, I'm not giving it... Now, before anyone actually tries to jump down my throat in regards to this, I do not agree with the stuff that she said, but it is still her opinion nonetheless, and she, along with everyone else, is entitled to their opinion on various things. I know, I've probably taken a bit of a controversial stance on this one, but at the same time, I will say this. If you actually do want to play the game, play the game. Do not worry what other people are actually thinking. Yes, there's stuff actually going on behind it, but you need to actually not be peer pressured into something. If you are genuinely looking forward to the game, then fair enough. That's your choice. If you're not looking forward to it as a game, then fair enough. That is still your choice.
I'm gonna just say this though, no amount of money is gonna make me play that game.
Yeah, because you've even told me that the game just doesn't look interesting to you.
Yeah.
So literally, and Damo, like, as I said, excluding all like the bullshit surrounding it, the game doesn't interest Damo, and it doesn't interest me. Like, it might be interesting to actually watch. Like, it might be interesting just to watch maybe like a cutscene movie of it, because I know for a fact there were a couple of bits that did have me intrigued. That you could actually choose which direction you went magic-wise. You could either stay on the light side or the dark side. That had me curious.
But this is the thing, though. There is a Harry Potter like game out there like that, but on the phone. You know, my mate wanted me to play it, so then we could basically like do the daily stuff together because she needed my help. I was like, I don't really want to because the credit still goes to this person if you make an online purchase through the game. But if you really need my help and no one else will, fine. You can do the exact same thing on that, and that's thing. It's.
Yeah, it is a tough subject, and that's why I just thought I'd.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why I'm just putting my little input there, and where I feel that people shouldn't be peer pressured into this. They shouldn't be peer
exactly just like Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yes. People were like, oh yeah, you should play this. I'm not interested in this. Why I've not bought it? I'm not gonna waste my money on it. Yes, it was a game suggestion, but it doesn't mean I have to get it.
Exactly. Like, you should be able to actually make your own decision in regards of a game. You should not actually feel peer pressured. Now, if you do generally feel uncomfortable because you weren't aware of what's happened, and you made the decision to actually cancel your pre-order, again, I'm not going to judge you. I don't believe that you should be judged in what you play. I don't believe that you should be judged. If you want to play it, play it. If you don't want to play it, then don't play it because it's a game. Not because of who's behind it.
Yeah, like, I used to love the Harry Potter series as a kid. And it's kind of weird, because it's like I was saying on Yuri's stream not too long ago, like, in terms of, like, certain music I listen to, it's about the music, not the person that did, horrible things. And it's the same with Harry Potter, but I can't see it in the same way because she herself, J.K. Rowling herself, actually came out and made a statement about one of the characters specifically from Harry Potter. Yeah. And that's why I can't separate it because she's put it in there.
Now, here's the one. Now, this is where I am actually going to say I understand. Now, when it comes to certain things getting tainted by people's actions, now, I guess essentially I'll say this: when it comes to video games, music, like films, cartoons, animation, stuff like that, we can all agree that it's definitely a form of art. At this point, we can definitely say it's all a form of art. Now, the work can always be very impressive, but unfortunately, the personality can sometimes be shit. This is why I'm making the statement that if you are going to play it, then play it. But if you don't want to play it, then don't play it. Don't feel peer pressured by what other people are saying.
Exactly.
I would rather people actually not miss out on. I'd rather people actually be able to actually go, okay, right. So, I want people to actually take the next few days until the game actually comes out to actually look at Hogwarts Legacy as an actual game. Ignore the creator. Ignore what she's done, what she said. Obviously, I know it's a very difficult thing, and I know I'm probably asking something very controversial, but for the time being, just put to the side what she has said and actually look at the game as it is. Look at the game as it possibly can be, because you know it's not just going to be, this is going to be the game, there will be no updates or DLC, because you can guarantee there's going to be DLC.
Unfortunately.
So look at the game as it is, and look if you're actually willing to actually play it.
My main thing is, I'm not going to judge you if you want to play it. I know quite a few people that are still going to be getting it, playing it, whatever, despite the fact of what she's done, despite how she brought her opinions. To begin with, through specific characters in the book. That's what kicked all of this off, and then her opinions just started getting worse. I'm not going to sit here and judge anyone who wants to play it. I'm not going to sit here and judge you if you still read the Harry Potter series or even watch it. I couldn't give two shits. That's your life, not mine. Do what you want. I don't care.
If you enjoy it, good on you.
Do not bring it up to me. Yeah, it's like you enjoy it, that's fine. Good for you. I want to hear if you enjoy it, or even if you despise it. But overall, I don't care, and I won't really. Just go.
Me, I was excuse me. I was never really into the Harry Potter series to begin with, so I'm not as attached as everyone else. Maybe that's why I'm able to actually say why it stands. Maybe that's just because I am able to actually take a neutral stance. Granted, what she said is very bad, and the fact she's basically forced her opinion into it is actually not good. Because when you create art, obviously there's a bit of your personality into it. You obviously put your personality, your heart, your very thing into it. Like, that's just one of the things when it comes to artwork. Period. Like your passion, your drive, your thoughts, your very soul being into it. So obviously there is going to be some bits that people won't like in stuff. And unfortunately, with the what she has basically said, it is very controversial. Well, everyone basically knows kind of where I stand when it comes to people, or basically the LGBTQI community. I'm the same with everyone else. I think everyone's cool, but if you're an arsehole, I'll call you an arsehole. If I think you're a prick, I'll call you a prick. Doesn't matter where you are. Because at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is just try and find some form of identity. We're just trying to basically find a way we can actually feel comfortable with ourselves. And I'm not going to go any further in that because that's technically against what we're here to do on the Flopcast. So, in terms of Hogwarts Legacy, just give it some time and actually look at it as a game, and then make your own decision in regards of it. I'm not telling you guys what to do, I'm just suggesting. What you decide to do with what I've suggested is up to you. And with that being said, we'll move on from such a, an icky situation. Damo? On to, I know I've obviously prattled on quite a bit because I've got quite a few things I wanted to actually get through. So I know Damo's got a few things to get through and we don't have much time left.
Yes, and I can speedy Gonzalez the shit like there's no tomorrow. So, anyway, there will be... Sims 4 Infant update. But it is part of an tantalizing tease to what's to come in 2023 for the life simulation game, with hints at a possible new world named San Sequoia. Don't ask, don't know. So, the EA gives us the fresh tease of its Sims 4 Infant update in a new shocking sneak peek at what players a most well-known life game on PC. they can expect in coming months. A brief glimpse already has fans in a frenzy, just dissecting each aspect of the teaser, which could indicate a suggestion of a potential new world as EA promises. One big update, 2 unique kits, and 1 expansion pack. Now, I just kind of want to go on this little tangent for a moment. But basically, when it comes to Sims and people dissecting the update trailers and stuff like that, we are very, very hot on it in sense of what's coming next. Hence how people knew about, and I couldn't believe this when this actually happened, guys, about, you know, the high school years expansion pack. We are very hot on it and attentive to fucking detail on this shit to the point it was like, bro. So we might actually be getting a Sims 4 Generations expansion pack, which wouldn't surprise me, because in Sims 2, it was Sims 2 free time. Sims 3, it was literally called Generations. So to keep on going with the theme, they usually, now would be the appropriate time for them to release something like that. So yeah, basically we're getting infants in the next update, like big major fucking update, which is something else, because we're now going to have that life stage between toddlers and kids, meaning more of a nightmare situation.
Which means the 1,000 baby challenge becomes even more difficult for you.
Yeah, which is why I'm never going to do one ever again.
Chicken shit.
Fuck off.
Anyway.
Tried!
Anyway,
and the next one after that is Dungeons & Dragons Wizard of the Coast faces backlash over plan changes on how it monetizes third-party content. And the company also responded in a lengthy statement. What I will do, however, just because I'm going to give a brief overview on it, here is the link to this, so you guys can see the statement yourselves. You know, but they did release a lengthy statement addressing backlash over leaked revisions to its Dungeons & Dragons open gaming license. In its response, the company says it has 3 goals when writing its updated OGL: to prevent the use of D&D content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products, to clarify the OGL only applied to the tabletop role-playing content rather than the likes of Web3, blockchain games, and NFTs. However, Wizards of the Coast admits it's clear from the reaction that we rolled a 1, and that it is no longer possible. I know, I love that too. No longer possible to fully achieve all 3 goals while still staying true to our principles. You know, as such, it will now amend the revised OGL, known as 1.1, to specify it covers only content for TTRPGs. That means that the other expressions it continues, such as educational and charitable campaigns, livestream, cosplay, VTT uses, etc., will remain unaffected by any OGL update. Additionally, the revised OGL will no longer contain royalty structure or license back provision that some people were afraid was a means for us to steal work. Under the new OGL, you will own the content you create. We won't, it says. Any language we put down will be crystal clear and unequivocal on that point. The license back language was intended to protect us and our partners from creators who incorrectly allege that we steal the work simply because of the coincidental similarities. As we continue to invest in a game that we love and move forward with partnerships in film, television, and digital games, that risk is simply too great to ignore. The new OGL will contain provisions to address that risk, but we will do it without a license back and without suggesting we have rights to the content you create. Because there was a massive thing. I actually kind of caught wind of this, surprisingly enough, through TikTok. On my For You page, and a lot of people were very much in uproar about it, because before they obviously, you know, responded, they were basically trying to find a way, and this is how it kind of translated into my brain, that, you know, Wizards of the Coast were trying to monetize everybody's content in ways of, if you use it to, say, for example, stream, they can then monetize it. And if you go, no thank you, this has nothing to do with you, this is my own personal campaign, I'm not using your monsters, characters, nothing, this is completely my work, they will then try and sue you. And because of all of this backlash, they have basically come out and pussied out of it. They're going, okay, we retreat, we're sorry, because they know that their content creators, whether it's artists, digital artists, you know, writers who write campaigns, characters, everything, cosplayers, yeah, everything, make them money. Because it gets people, you know, to go on things like D&D Beyond, create characters, buy, you know, sheets, expansions and stuff through the websites and stuff.
Not gonna lie, if they were actually gonna try and monetize that, they'd have a lot of fucking trouble, because literally, a lot of people have actually created original characters and original storylines, and not to mention a lot of original shit. Yes, the world is like based, obviously, in the Dungeons and Dragons world that is actually set, but that's all it is. It's like it's just the base. It's not actually the main fucking thing. It's just that it's just basically their world, their characters, their monsters. The point of D&D is basically the sky's the limit. You're meant to be able to actually come up with your own fucking wacky ways of actually
D&D is one of those games that's been around for a very, very long time, and it's always invoked creativity.
Yeah.
It was initially paper, dice.
Yeah. And some people actually still prefer to play it like that.
Yeah, I know a few people that prefer to play it like that too.
Because that's how it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is like trying to capitalize on people's creativity like that. Not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of Nintendo basically trying to say, if you make any YouTube content or stream in regards with any of our stuff, you have to pay us.
Yeah, that is basically.
Yeah. Well, that's a big whoopsie from me.
And I was more worried because even though I don't release content on it, you know, via streaming or anything, don't get me wrong, I would love to. But I don't have the means to be a full-on dungeon master. Chaos does, though. He's given me like a little, you know, snippet of what to expect before I started playing D&D with Taff and, you know, mine and Taff's mutual friends on another server, and he gave me a little one-piece, like, you know, short, like, snippet, and yeah, it's just like, you know, I definitely want to play D&D with these people now.
Considering I've never DM'd before, and now that you've actually played a few rounds,
yeah,
how do you think I actually did?
I'm actually going to sit here and say this right now, because you've technically DM'd a little bit as well when we've gone off point on Digimon. A little bit, and you did actually, to be fair, you did quite well. Considering you've never DM'd before at that point, like giving me a little one shot, I would definitely say it'd be very interesting to see what you could actually do as a DM.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, the reason
because it would be so nice to fuck you over in that game. It really would. But it's the same time you're good.
You know I'd be an evil cunt as well.
I know you would.
Alright, but the thing is though, when it comes to those little snippets, bear in mind the original snippet, that little one shot I did for Damo was an off-stream thing, but that was because I felt like Damo needed it.
Before I actually went full head on into it, yeah.
Better give you a taste than basically have you dive in head first without actually knowing what you get into. But anyway, the only reason why I'm able to actually do what I do is because it's only in for that moment. To basically be a DM, you basically have to create like a whole like thing. It takes ages to create that sort of thing, and I've already got enough on my plate as it is.
Well, I think I may know a couple people that are willing to help you out on that, because at the end of the day, you could literally have someone, you know, sit in a call with someone and tell them exactly what you want, and then in that moment, right, so for example, you and this other person have planned out exactly how to fuck me over, but I managed to go way over your expectations and fuck you over. You in that moment can just be like, okay, right, so this has now happened, so we're now technically off script, because you go off script a lot when things unexpected happen, right? And you can then do those little snippets in those moments where, you know...
a script?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Off story is what... Shush you. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of excited to talk about this, and we've literally got 7 minutes left, so I'm making the time and the use of the 7 minutes left.
I've still got some shit to talk about. Bitch.
Makes a change, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially considering last time you were fucking stum. I think that's the difference between medicated and unmedicated. Medicated
keeps me focused and...
Oh, shit.
You know, quiet. unmedicated makes me bounce between quiet and talkative and stuff.
Well, I find,
So,
do you know
hi!
do you know what I find funny? After last week, you're more focused this week than you were last time.
Yeah, but I think whilst medicated, it also depends on the mood in terms of like my mental health and stuff. Whereas unmedicated, I'm just unfiltered and shit, and I will go on a rampage.
Right. Can I actually get my bits done?
No. Of course you can, you fucker.
Fuck you, it's my fucking podcast.
It's my fucking podcast.
Give me a sec. Alright, so. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, round about the end of the year, there was a bit of a controversy in regards of a certain game, mainly Bayonetta 3. Yes, there's some Bayonetta 3 information here, but it's not actually got anything to do with drama. It is the fact that the game has actually received an update, making it, and it would actually. Well, basically, at the beginning, well, an update has been released for Bayonetta 3, which takes it up to 1.2.0, and it's a big update, but its main purpose is making adjustments and fixing a bunch of issues. Some of it, obviously, including like character, like Viola, her blocks, the witch time. Weapons. They've also included. They've actually lowered the difficulty of Niflheim, so it'll be easier to actually go through there. They've also added a couple of things and adjusted some things for some of the game modes, like the old picture book and tri-coloured keys, and even the gates of hell. And if players obviously have some of the keys for the gates of hell and it's not popped up, then just go to the chapter select screen after applying the update and it will be there. Other changes have also included adjustments to the golem treasure chest found in stages. Time limits have been increased and the difficulty has been lowered, and the animation can now be sped up with the B button. They've also made adjustments to reduce situations with poor camera visibility. And they've also adjusted the game balance along with a bunch of other bug fixes as well, including some moves that were actually not working properly, would get you stuck, blah 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 blah. And they've also made it very clear in regards of some of the actual wording in regards of the tutorial for doing some of the moves, because apparently shooting, punching and kicking weren't obvious. So yay, Bayonetta 3 actually getting an update, which is actually quite surprising, meaning that they've actually not completely just released it and left it in the dust. And on to Guilty Gear Strive, my final topic for the night. There's actually been some issues. There's actually been some issues in people actually streaming the game to the point where people are basically, they've got up against people that are basically hacking the game. Mainly streamers, from what I have seen in the article. Basically, when they get into a fight, it's almost like impossible to actually beat these people. They'll cause the game to actually crash, and then basically cause you to basically make you crash, so it will look like you disconnected. So then you take the L.
Yep.
And in a fighting game, it's not exactly kosher. Is very especially problematic. They have actually it's been a serious problem since Christmas last year, and it was actually used to they only became aware of it when it was used to target streamers. And one of the things it allows, apparently an exploit allowed hackers to remotely change the names of other players in the middle of a match, causing their games to crash. There's apparently a dozen clips of streamers being knocked out of a match, only to have the game close on them, but only have to close the game from Task Manager. Hackers have also forced streamers to send chat messages in-game, and according to Strife Pro Hotashi create memory leaks that can affect performance in training, arcade, and dojo modes.
I'll be the first one to sit here and clarify that I kind of could see the way that this conversation was going for that bit. Which is quite sad.
Yeah. At the time of the article, Arc System Works hasn't released a patch for the game to resolve the issue 2 weeks after its discovery. And the article that spoke about this was released on the 5th of January. So hopefully, well, when it comes to Arc System Works, when it comes to their games, they usually take an active stance. So if there's anything actually going on, they will actually be working on it behind the scenes without people realizing, and then just boom, put it out.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will actually be able to get to that, and actually Strive will actually continue to keep going forward. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the final minutes of the Flopcast. What a 2 hours it's been. Demo in an unmedicated madness state.
And what's wrong with that?
Do you want the list?
You cuck.
No, I'm not a cuck. Because I'm not involved in Netorare.
Netorare.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. For those of you watching on Twitch, you can find my co-host here
Netorare.
On Twitch at twitch.tv/itsdemo. The Flopcast will be uploaded at some point this week. I'm on a bunch of earlies again this week, so I can't guarantee when I'll actually be able to get around to it when I actually can focus. The focus has been a bit of an issue as of late, with sleep schedule being all out of whack.
Yep.
So, I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this episode of the Flopcast. Episode 23. Fucking hell. How have they allowed us to do this for 23 fucking episodes, Damo?
Honestly, no idea.
I honestly thought we'd actually encounter some issue at some point, but we've actually had kind of okay for the most part. We've actually done pretty good for ourselves, all things considered. Yeah, obviously we've had a few bumps in the road as we've gone, where we've been unable to actually do the Flopcast, and we've tried our best to make up for it. But I personally am quite proud of what we've done so far. Now, there is actually kind of plans in the work behind the scenes of maybe doing a very special episode of the Flopcast. Where we actually have a couple more people with us, but we're trying to work out the kinks on this one. It's a bit rough at the moment, trying to work out times and schedules and stuff that basically work for all parties. So when we know what's going on, we'll let you guys know. But with that being said, next week is more Digimon Survive, and we will actually be moving closer and closer to actually beating the master and hopefully getting the final truth on what the fuck is going on. But with that being said, we are going to go ahead and raid. By the way, on YouTube, you can basically just ignore this bit now. So you can easily turn off the video now.
Oh my god, Chaos.
I've got to cover the fucking grounds! Plus also helps me with the editing later on.
Hey, future editing Chaos. Don't forget to cut this bit out. Thanks.
Oh, I won't. I'll leave it in.
Fair enough. Okay, she's gone to praise the cat, that's fine.
Boom, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is those are the raid messages for you guys. First one is for followers, and the other one is for subscribers. we are going to go ahead and raid the lovely Blue.
Not playing games on the PC. Damn it.
Jesus Christ. He is currently playing... Wait, Monster Hunter World? Really?
Yeah, he plays it sometimes.
I know, but he's been playing Monster Hunter Rise for the longest time. Monster Hunter World has kind of been irrelevant for a bit since Rise came out. What the shit?
Yeah, I love this. You've messaged Smurf going, your style's everything. Teach me your ways.
Jesus.
Oh, Smurf went to your
Alright, can I end this before you actually then go off on a Sims thing? Fine then, I'll shut up, she says.
Fine, Daddy.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope the week treats you well. We will be back on stream, possibly on Thursday again, because early Thursday, late night Friday.
Yes.
So I'll have the schedule out before then. So I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on and when. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, wherever you are. And with that being said, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Live the challenge. Ooh.
Fuck's sake. Bye.
Bye.